Guatemala is characterized by the colors of traditional costumes, which symbolize the natural beauties of the country and its beliefs. The embroidery of each typical costume of an area or region represent the tradition of a particular group descended from the Mayans, with different variations according to each department. The typical Guatemala costume is made up of the following main pieces. Huipil, clothes of Mayan origin woven by hand on a loom. Its manufacture can take up to 6 months. Each garment is unique and is embroidered with symbols and elements of natural representative of each region. They use traditional colors such as purple, yellow, and red, and they often have embroidered birds, stars, flowers, and various animals. Cut. Skin that wrap around the waist formed by two panel fabric that are joined with a same color randa. As a rule, it has a dark color, but it can be worn or long or keyless depending on the style of the area, and is adjusted by rolling out the extra fabric at the waist. Girly, cloth garment that is used to support the cord as a belt. It is woven and decorated by hand and measures between 2 and 3 meters. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I want to promote Guatemala cuisine and typical plates. I want to tell you that one of my favorite restaurants to go for breakfast is this Le Café. It is located in Deco City, in San Salvador's Road. Well, I can tell you about this plate. This is a very delicious one. This is called Quetzaltecos eggs, and you can see this is an side up eggs, and you can also ask for scrambled eggs. But this has also fried plantains and fried beans. Fried beans is behind this, and you can see like these tamalitos de chipilín. Those are very delicious, and I think that you will love it. This is a different combination of flavors, and you can also have or can add for tortillas. Those are very different, as you can see. This is with spinach, and this is the Guatemalan lat one, and this is like beetroot. I really think that you will love it. So I recommend this place for having breakfast and whatever you want, and I think that you will love it. And the most important thing is that it is served as quick as a flash. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye. For dinner and lunch, I can recommend you other restaurant. This is Seven Caldos. There are too many in Guatemala, and you can find it in Zone 10, well, the most famous ones. And the second one I can recommend is located in Cartales de Cayala. There are different kind of plates and also typical plates too, like pepian, jocón, subanik, and you can find kakik, revolcado. This is a plate served with pieces of pork, and another one is beef broth. All of these like homemade. I really think that you will like it because this is flavored food with fresh vegetables. Well, by the other way, I think that pepian is probably the national dish, and it is a fusion of Spanish and Mayan culture. Well, this is a very good one too. It's the oldest dish in Guatemala. And when you have the opportunity to go to this place, please really enjoy it. I think that you really will. Okay, thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Michael and class. I hope that every one of you are having a good weekend. How to promote Guatemala, I thought, and I decided going to La Antigua. I am here. I came to La Antigua just for making this video. Behind me is the church, a Catholic church. The name of this church is La Merced, and I am here in Plaza La Merced. It's located outside the church, and there are many people because the Catholic people are celebrating a special day. The name is La Virgen de Guadalupe, and one of the customs is that the parents used to wear their children in an typical cloth, and some of them used to paint the mustaches to the children. I don't remember if my parents did that with me, but this is one of the custom, special custom in Guatemala. I am drinking a hot drink. It's atol de lote. Um, I do recommend you atol de lote. The weather is some kind of cold, so you can enjoy with a hot drink. Beside me is my wife. Say hello. There are many people. There are many sellers. You can buy enchiladas, bread with chicken, and many options of food. So I invite you to visit many places in Guatemala because we have many beautiful places, and La Antigua is one of them. Um, what else? I hope that every one of you decide. And also, marimba. The marimba is our music, our culture, and I feel like dancing marimba because this is my favorite kind of music. So, just that. Came and enjoy Guatemala. Thank you.
Hi teacher, hi everyone. This day I want to talk about the Major League Soccer of Guatemala. This is a tournament that began in the 1940s. It's the classic soccer competition here in Guatemala, and I think that is very popular in the area. In this year, this tournament is conformed by 12 soccer teams, and I can list some of these teams. For example, in this tournament is participating Municipal, Xelajú, Iztapa, Comunicaciones, Malacateco, and the last champion, Santa Lucia Cozumalguapa. This tournament is around 22 rounds where every team have to play as local and visitors against the other teams. And at the end of the tournament, the best 8 teams of the 12 participate in other round. For example, the best 4 teams. Then we have the best 2 teams and the final. So the last champion was Santa Lucia Cozumalguapa. The team with more championships is Club Social y Deportivo Municipal with 31 trophies. So for this tournament, I hope that Municipal will win the tournament. But there is another strong teams, for example, Comunicaciones or Santa Lucia Cozumalguapa, the last champion. So that's all, and I wish you to everyone a good night. Bye.
Hi Michael, it's a pleasure to make a video about Guatemala to promote it. Okay, to promote my country, I must first be proud to be Guatemalan, like people say, Chapín de Corazón. Guatemala has a beautiful many places to visit, like Atitlan, Antigua Guatemala, Panajachel, Lago de Izabala, something place, and more place. I have had the opportunity to meet with the foreign people who come to Guatemala for tourist and business reasons, and they tell me that Guatemala has a great tourist potential, which we as a Guatemalans should be promote. Every Guatemalan should promote it, from simple things like buying national products instead of a foreign. You know that it's better to buy a pollo campero than Kentucky Fried Chicken. Or in my case, you know that I like to drink a cerveza gallo or any craft beer made in Guatemala than the other beers in the foreign. Or dishes. You know that typical dish in Guatemala is so delicious. We need to promote it. And I like to say that you know that was trending a few days ago. Of representative of Guatemalan beauty say that the marimba is only for old people, elderly. You know that was like as people in English said loser. Where this part is not like meat. We need to change paradigm that. For example, or other things, we can also travel internally in Guatemala instead of going to the abroad. In fact, next week I will go with my family to Tikal so that my daughters will also grow up proud to be a Guatemala. Another way to promote my country is to tell more about the good things that happen to us rather than the bad things which help us feel better. In summary, we must first be proud and patriotic and give everything for our country. We must teach the new generation to put Guatemala first. And that's it, Michael. Thank you for
My name is Angel, and I invite you to learn a little more about Coban in this video. So let's go. Coban is located 212 kilometers from Guatemala City, and you can do different activities from climbing the El Calvario with it is 130 steps, and you can visualize the city, to go jogging with your pet in the streets in the morning, or go to the Verapaz Stadium with its ecological track. In the afternoon, maybe you can go to eat a variety of food, from the famous Argentinian empanadas, that is near the Central Park, and artolito and bread with beans in the park, or the famous churrascos. If you want something different, if you want something to eat, you can go to the park, uh, for the famous churrascos. If you want something more formal, the famous Tenderloin burgers from Al Carbon di Fiora, the delicious kakik from the El Peñascal, or a good coffee at Düsseldorf Bistro. So you can visit the Orchideas Reserve called Orchigonia, or a coffee tour at the Chicock Farm. So this is a little of the many things you can do during
Hello.
your stay in
Today
Guatemala.
I want to invite you to get to know Guatemala by mountain bike. Well, Guatemala has a lot of nice places to tour by mountain bike. For example, we can tour San Lucas Zacatepeques until we get to Antigua, Guatemala through trails and forest, watch farmers working. We can feel the smell of onion, lemon, mint, coffee, and others. um, Also cross rivers and difficult roads. We can also tour Antigua, Guatemala by bike, take a bike ride around the park, the churches, go for an ice cream or eat in a restaurant or a food located in the street or in front of church, for example, or something like that. I have traveled several places in Guatemala by my bike. For example, Cobán, Quetzaltenango, Escuintla, um, Esquipulas. Knowing Guatemala by bike, we can a lot of fun.
Good morning. I'm going to talk about a traditional costume that takes place here in Guatemala. It is known like the Carnival. The Carnival is part of what we know like the Quaresma. The Quaresma is a religion event that remember the 40 days of the life
passion and death of Jesus Christ. And the Quaresma is like it has a lot of meanings. For example, the 40 days that the flood lasted, and also the 40 days that the Israelites were on the desert. The Quaresma is a special date for all the Guatemalan people. It is celebrated on many forms, but what I'm going to talk about is a special and a specific thing like and it is known like the Carnival. It takes place a Tuesday before that the Quaresma begins, and I think that all of us has celebrated the Carnival, and what I remember is that we used to break eggshells with my friends, and it was very special because what it means is, for example, during the Quaresma, you can't do many things, or even you can't eat some foods. And what Carnival means is that you can do anything and you can eat whatever because you are celebrating that you are going to begin the Quaresma. And what I did today is an example of some eggshells, and it is to remember.
Guatemala has traditional clothes or typical clothes because here there is a different culture or different ethnic, and each ethnic has our clothes that identify them. For example, this is like a blouse. Its name is huipil. This is like a skirt. Its name is corte. And there is another accessory that is necessary to wear. For example, this is like a belt. Its name is faja, and it's necessary to secure the cloth. This cloth is from Momostenango. This cloth is from San Juan Zacatepeque. And the last one, this is from Totonicapán. Well, how can you identify where is it from? Well, depend the color and design. You can find only one color and only one line. For example, this is from San Juan Zacatepeques. The most common, the color is black, and the most common, the color is yellow. And the last one, the most common is only line, and there is a lot color. Now, the woman is wearing the huipil with jeans. Now I'm wearing the t-shirt that it's traditional clothes. And if you want to see more, if you want to buy, come on to Guatemala. I enjoy more.
Good afternoon. Today I have to invite you to a small tour that can be done in Guatemala and in which you will enjoy some of the best landscape in the world. For this tour, it's necessary to have at least 5 days since you must travel by road. However, it is not in very good condition, so it's necessary to go with enough caution since otherwise the car may be damaged. In addition, it's important to mention that it's preferable to have a 4x4 vehicle since the places that are visited still have a lot of nature and the roads are not asphalted. Now, for this reason, I dare to tell you that this tour is 100% adventure. The tour is to the west of the country, specifically to the department of Huehuetenango. To get there, it's necessary to make a trip of approximately 5 hours from the capital city. Once there, you can visit a lagoon that is very close to there, about 2 hours away. This lagoon is called Laguna Magdalena, in which you will be able to appreciate spectacular landscapes since it has cliffs on both sides. Um, on the way on the way there, you can visit the Juan Dieguez Olaverri viewpoint, which is well known for its picturesque views. Then, I recommend traveling to a river that is not very famous, but has very crystalline and blue water, hence its name, Rio Azul. The water is quite cold, but I recommend taking a dip when visiting. After Rio Azul, you can continue on the road until you reach Laguna Brava. This paradisaical lagoon is known for its turquoise water, in addition to having three cenotes which are very well preserved. Near this lagoon, there is a rustic hotel called Finca Chacula Lodge. It's a very well kept place that offers a spectacular night. I also recommend visiting the Cimarron, which is a huge hole in the middle of the nature. This hole is not known exactly how it was formed, but it's worth visiting since it's very close to Laguna Brava. You cannot return without first visiting the cenotes of Candelaria. These cenotes are very famous since you can swim in there.
Hi, welcome to a new video of the best places to visit in Guatemala. As you know, every week I give you guys some recommendations of places I visited and that you should visit too. So let's begin. The top 3 for the week are: Number 1, Lake Atitlan. One of my favorite places of Guatemala to begin with, to feel that beautiful and magnificent breeze around you. Lake Atitlan is considered one of the most beautiful lakes in the world and a unique place, and it's because the lake was formed approximately 84,000 years ago as a result of a volcanic eruption. Also, a lake is surrounded by the volcanoes Atitlan, Toliman, and San Pedro, the three giants. You can do kayak, eat delicious food, and have fun with your friends in the nightclubs. For me, the perfect place to get rid of the stress of the week. Number 2, Irtra of Ritaleo. If you like roller coasters, pools, and relax, this is your place. Irtra is a recreation center with amusement parks and hostels with different themes. For example, one complex, it's named Santa Cruz, that has a Mediterranean atmosphere, and other one named Palahunoj. This hostel was inspired of the different cultures located in the fringe of the humid forests of the world. For example, Papiti, Polynesian, Nakuru, African, Mandalay, Thai, Waxactun, Maya, and
Today I'm presenting my final exam for course F. The topic is about what can I do to promote my country, Guatemala. Regarding this topic, I was thinking about what can I really speak, and I was remembering some videos I watched on the YouTube platform. And the most important thing that I think we can do as Guatemalans is to to know about our history, because I noticed that in these videos, for example, American people, they really value about or they show themselves as surprised because Guatemalans tend to be like great people, like they are seem to be proud of their country. So that I think that that's a good way to show our country. For of course, we have to know also about history, about our culture. But I think that the most valuable thing that we have as Guatemalans is our attitude, the attitude we show to tourists, because they mention in these videos that they feel like comfortable because Guatemalans are like are always trying to please tourists, like showing all the places, talking about their places, talking about the food, the history, and I think that can be a good way to promote Guatemala. Thank you.
Good morning. Today I will show you a place that is 2 blocks from the Centro Histórico in Guatemala City. That it's a must to visit if you are in the area. The name of this place is Los Tres Tiempos, and it's located on the roof of the Edificio Centro Vivo in Zone 1 of the city. The special thing about this site is that it has a panoramic view of the Centro Histórico, and it's possible to see historical places and buildings such as the Palacio Nacional de la Cultura, Plaza Mayor de la Constitución, as well as the Catedral Metropolitana, to name a few. Besides the nice view, we can drink and eat something. Here they serve Guatemalan coffee, which is famous all over the world. We can also enjoy other traditional Guatemalan drinks, such as the mosh, which is a hot drink made with milk and hot milk. Another delicious drink that is suitable for the season is Artisan Chocolate, which is made with real cocoa and served in traditional mugs. The food in this place is delicious. They use ingredients and products from the region and cook them in a traditional way, but with a modern touch, such as the chuchito soufflé or the tortillas with chanco cheese, made by hand and cooked on a hot griddle called a comal. This is one of the many places that Guatemala City offers to have a great time and creating new moments in your life.
Okay, good evening, Michael. Sorry for the delay, but here is my oral exam. So, how can I promote my country? A couple of days ago, I realized that I'm not that good Guatemalan at all. Because I was in the airport and I came from Miami, and there's this hall where all these pictures are, like our culture, food, animals, our people, the volcanoes, and all that attractions in our country. And the thing that I said was why they promote the country like that, because it's not like that. And in that moment, I realized that I'm not a good Guatemalan, because even though we don't have a good president, or even though we are not so good talking about economics, but Guatemala is like that. Like that is the essence of Guatemala. So I guess the best way to promote my country is to feel proud of born here, to be passionate about saying to another people that I live in Guatemala, I'm born in Guatemala, I was raised in Guatemala, and I think that's the best way I can promote it. Also, I can promote it without saying all the bad things and embracing the good things. So yeah, that's the way I can embrace my country, and also not comparing the country with another one, because that's something that we usually do when we travel to another country, and we say like, oh, why in our country they don't do those things, why we don't have those things, why we don't do. And I think it's part of being a good citizen of this country, not compare it with another one, because the country is like this, and we also have really good things that they don't have. So I guess that's I'm gonna start to practice this, because I think it's also a value to embrace our country, and I'm going to start.
Okay, hello guys. My name is Alan, and I'm gonna talk to the Maya civilization. Have you heard about the Maya? The Maya are considered one of the most advanced civilizations to have existed in the Americas before the Spanish conquest. Maya civilization peaked from 250 to 980 during what the archaeologists call the Classic period. But where lived the Maya? The Maya established village in what is today Mexico and Central America More than 40 cities flourish throughout the region with population as large as 50,000. The Maya built magnificent urban centers consisting of stone structures, including pyramid temples that were central to Maya religious practices. Okay, what we know about the Maya? Agriculture played a key role in Maya civilization. Corn was one of the predominant crops. Maya also made significant advancement in mathematics and astronomy. They invented the concept of the zero and developed an accurate calendar system used to guide the Maya agriculture cycles. The calendar was based on the observation of the sun and the sky over thousands of years. And what happened with the Maya? At the end of the Classic period, around 900 AD, most Maya cities collapsed. Among the theories are warfare, a volcanic eruption, and perhaps most likely drought. Now, imagine if you can discover this world. Please visit us in the north of Guatemala. And remember, Guatemala, heart of the Mayan world. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Elmer. I'm from Guatemala, and I want to talk to you about my country. Guatemala is in Central America, and you can come here to spend your vacation. Guatemala has a lot of landscapes. It is a feature that my country has. Instead, the other options that you can travel. Also, here you can um, go to do activities like ecotourism, or also just stay and relax. For example, in Antigua, Guatemala, or Lake Amatitan Lake, there are some places that you can enjoy about the nature. Also, they do other activities like ecotourism, that is stay in the forest or stay in near to the volcanoes, and I think that's a very good activity that you can do in your vacations if you want to come here. Also, another advantage to come to Guatemala is that here most of the things are cheap. That's because the country is not too expensive compared with other options like, for example, Costa Rica or Belize or something like that, because you can spend less. Uh, Another thing that I want to sh- to tell you about my country is that also you can go around and pay a lot of you have options to pay to go a lot of places with a tourist guide. For example, in Petén, you can go to Petén to Tikal through the helicopter, for example, or also you can do um another activity like go with through ships in Rio Dulce. So I think my country has a lot of climates that you can combine to do something interesting. That's because if you go to if you go to the south coast, for example, is a lot of it's hot. The weather is hot, and you can enjoy the beach or something like that. And if you want the weather like a kind of wet or more comfortable, not too hot, you can go to the north side of the country. For example, Petén, Alta Verapaz, Cobam, for example. Another feature is that Guatemala has a beach in both sides of the country. For example, the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. And another place that I can advise you to go is Izabal, because I think that's a good place to stay in the beach. I prefer go to the Pacific side instead the Atlantic side. But it's as I said, it depends on your interest. But I think here you can pass a good time uh, alone or with your family. It doesn't matter. Here are activities that for families or friends or also with your couple. And the last thing that I wanted to tell you is that it's kind of dangerous come to the city. You have to always be careful, be aware about the disadvantage that we have as a country, that not something like specific from Guatemala, because crime is in all places, but it's just a disadvantage to come to the city. But if you have friends, I think you will be okay, because friends know about where you can go or where you have to avoid go. So that's all. Thank you for your time, and sorry for the delay, because I couldn't uh, do my I couldn't stay here in my home early yesterday, so that's why I'm talking about to you today morning. Have a good day.
Hi, my name is Julio Martinez Guerra, and I'm going to talk why someone should come and visit Guatemala. There are plenty of reasons why someone should come and visit Guatemala. We have marvelous landscapes, incredible Spanish cities, Mayan cultures and ruins, diverse climate, beaches, mountains, forests, deserts, and volcanoes. For more information about this, please contact Inwat or your travel agent. I'm going to talk about some of the other different reasons why someone should come, and there are plenty of them. I'm sure my classmates developed them very, very good. From my personal point of view, one of the most important reasons to visit Guatemala is because the whole country is a big, happy place. Let me explain. We're a small, poor country with numerous social and economic problems. We have all the ingredients to be a depressive society. However, and this is a big however, in Guatemala we're mostly happy. You can go to any region of the country and you will see people laughing, joking, smiling, and enjoying whatever their reality is. People wake up very early to go to work, sometimes spend more than 2 hours in traffic, and it's in the early morning when you may listen the first jokes, laughs, and signs of people having a good time. When you get to a meeting or join people to work, you are received with smiles and kindness. You are usually offered something to drink or eat. When you go to a little town in Guatemala's beautiful rural area, you will get to know people that may not have a lot of luxurious things, but you will feel the happiness of their hearts, and they will show you what kindness is really about. We, Guatemalans, are the kind of people that can laugh and make jokes of every situation, and we are the kind of people that can spread happiness to anyone who comes and visits. If you're lucky enough to visit Guatemala, you will be happy, and you may take that happiness back with you and spread it on your home.